We don't want crimes to happen to us or to anyone we care about. We don't want to live in a world where we're always concerned about our children commuting. We can't stand it if our spouse has to go to downtown just to get some errands done. All of these doubts, these anxieties, turn into questions. Am I safe? Is my family safe? Is it okay to use this route, park in the street, or get down on this bus stop? Crimes can happen to anyone, at any place, because every 5 seconds, a crime occurs. And it takes 15 seconds for an arrest to happen. Why is this the case? Because a vast majority of victims don't even report the crimes to begin with. Some people say that they dealt with it in another way. Or some even cite that it's not important enough for them to report. This is what makes the problem much worse. Because a whopping 83% of the population will experience violent crimes in their life. If that's not bad news enough for you, well, 74% will experience assault, 72% burglary, and 1 in 5 people will lose their cars in their lifetime. Ultimately, 99% of the population will experience personal theft. Everyone is vulnerable to crime. This gives us a sense of what? A sense of vulnerability. Regardless of the crime that happened to you, whether you were mugged or assaulted, the mere uncertainty or possibility of you being the next victim haunts us day and night. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, the 16th Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations is to promote a just, peaceful, and inclusive society. And what you mean by peaceful society is a place where people do not have to worry about their children, their families, their loved ones being the next victim of crime. Obviously, solving crime is a hard thing to do. But the best thing we could do is to arm people with the means to be informed and prepared. Obviously, you can't just rely on the state government to do everything for you. There has to be participation across all boards. Everybody needs to be part of the solution. That's why even the United Nations Compendium on Crime Prevention cites that all member states must actively participate in the initiatives of the international community when it comes to preventing crime. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we, Team Pacificus, will be the means by which we achieve peace through solidarity. We will enable everyone to help everyone. And that's why we are very proud to present to you Project Mercury. Project Mercury is a crime collection, analytics, and presentation platform that enables users like you and me to report crimes that we see or experience in our vicinity. The system collects all of these data and plots them in a map. And through this map, we are able to determine crime hotspots, which changes the mindset of people. According to The Guardian, the best way to solve crime is to become proactive and preventive. So if people know that this place is a crime hotspot, they will do precautions. And what precautions are we talking about? We're talking about locking your car doors, keeping your wallet in your pocket, or not using your cell phone while you're commuting. You can also keep track of crime incidences through graphs and charts, so we can compare crime bi-weekly, monthly, or annually, if that's the way you want to do. Who are the people most affected by this platform? We're talking about commuters who have no control of the environment they are in. So if they know that this bus stop just recently had experienced a crime incident, they will outright avoid this area, lessening the likelihood of them becoming the next victim. We're talking about backpackers and tourists who have 0% knowledge about the area they are visiting. If they know that downtown is dangerous around 12 midnight, they will avoid this place entirely, and thus, they will not be a victim in the first place. The local government, the state government, has so much to gain from this application. Because if they know that an area is a crime hotspot, they'll be able to allocate resources, additional police guards, and set up checkpoints so that at the end of the day, criminals are deterred from doing the crime in the first place. We're talking about local businesses that if they know a recent crime has just occurred, they will be able to realize that it's time for them to allocate a security guard to roam the premises 24/7. or install CCTV cameras. So make sure that the area is properly monitored. So how do you use the application? This is the walk. This is the first thing you'll be able to see. This is the landing page, and that's the description of the application. You can use the QR code as well. And you can log in through the nav bar, and that features all the things that you can do with the application. You can log in with your Facebook account. And once you do log in, you'll be sent to your profile page. This profile page details all of your recent reports that you have filed. We also created badges so that people are incentivized and encouraged to actually report. So if you want to report, you can simply click that button, the submit button, and you'll be sent to the live map. The live map details all of the crimes that happen in your area. And the red area represents crime hotspots or areas of interest. If you want to specifically see a category of a crime, you can simply click any icon underneath so that only the specific category will appear in the map. If you want to report, simply click any point in the map. So for example, there, and you'll be given a form. So you can check the crime type. So if you want to specify which crime type, so for example, you want to report a fire-related incident and file your description to describe what happened. You can also file pictures and documents to further support your claim. Once you submit, it will be already plotted in the map. And as you can see, the recent fire incident was reported. You can see a snapshot of the incident once you click it. And if you click the More Info button, you'll be sent to the Details page, which shows you the map, the street, the testimony by the reporter, pictures, and attachments if the person submitted. Moreover, you can also use the comment section to discuss with the community about the veracity or truthfulness of the incident. We also enabled a share feature in Facebook because we wanted to create a community of people who care about each other. So if I report this to my friends, the likelihood of them being a victim next will be drastically reduced. This will also encourage them to report as well because they care about me. That's the kind of community we want to build. Moreover, you can also check the latest reports, which shows you a news feed of the latest reports happening in the area. You can also upvote or downvote a specific report so that you can discuss with the community and make sure that the crimes being reported are not bogus. So back to the presentation. What do we aim to do with the application? We're currently in the web application stage. It's accessible in mobile devices through your web browser. But we want to create a stand-alone application so that any user, whenever they want to, can report efficiently and fast. We want to deploy this first in the Philippines. We want to coordinate with the local government units, the city government, so that we can be able to make sure that we can launch this application. Microsoft Philippines did a similar thing with their recent application as well. So we think that this is completely possible for the state government to cooperate with us. By 2019, we want to deploy this in Southeast Asia by coordinating with foreign governments. And hopefully, by 2020, this application can be used throughout the world. We want to gather data from all across the world because once you get enough data, that's the only time that we'll be able to solve the problem head on. How do we fund this application? By coordinating with the local government units, we'll be able to get funding. And moreover, the light maintenance cost makes this a very feasible solution because the government has so much to gain and so little to shell out. We are also willing to sell this data to third parties. You're talking about security agencies who have vested interest in finding out which specific areas to push their services even more. In the end, ladies and gentlemen, why Project Mercury? We have a clear concept. Crime affects everyone. But we also have a significant impact. We can reduce the likelihood of crimes happening, and that's an impact we want to make. We want to create a unifying catalyst that unites everyone, a community of people who care about each other, so that all of us will not be a victim at the end of the day. It's a feasible solution. Who knew that a map will lessen the likelihood of us becoming victims at the end of the day? In the end, ladies and gentlemen, why Project Mercury? Project Mercury is the world citizenship application that the world badly needs right now. If you want to create a safer world for your children, for your spouse, for your loved ones, make this dream a reality. Make this imagination, a mere imagination, a reality. Send us to SEAD.